It's a special New Year's Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
I love today's NFL because it is high-flying, big-time action, some risk involved. But how about him eliminating all that last week?
And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So the Steelers now in great shape to begin their initial possession. They'll be led out by a man who rewrote Brett Favre's passing records at Southern Miss. It's Nick Mullins.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players in one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
Route incomplete. It's Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only... Blitz coming, and down he goes. Alex Highsmith leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
2nd down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
The blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson. When you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Jackson on the keeper.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Throwing is Jackson. Forced out to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. And CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game, so you mentioned they lost.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession as the season winds down and you look at them in totality. You know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the gun, a give to Connor. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 47-yard.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Justin Matabike in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Finds his running back, James Conner.
Mullins pass. Complete to.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown.
Jackson's pass.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's Dobbins. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Jackson dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
2nd and 5.
They'll run here with Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
The ball carrier.
A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will extend their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
The score, Ravens 14, Steelers 3.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That's taken on the 25. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
Now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
The tackle made at the 40.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Mark Andrews.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
2 yards.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to it and forcing a 3rd down.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. It's a 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. As the Ravens push further out in front.
His kick is good.
So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's unbelievable. Like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, That defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
2nd and 6. And his throw is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Screen pass to Connor. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Alex Highsmith there on the tackle.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner, and in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late. Perfect fit.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another 1st down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus? Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Nice brought down back at the 36-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete.
Jackson's pass.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Makes the score Ravens 24.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Tackled back at the 30-yard.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now a timeout taken.
First down.
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Intercepted.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that's fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. On 1st and 10 is counter. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Ball carrier.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Being chased out left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Devin Bush in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Buying time to his left. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And that is Allen, still down following the play. Appears to be shaken up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself,
and that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness.
Justin Tucker lining up for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
Ravens 31.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded near the back of the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at the time, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
Their own 22-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Now Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
A gain of 14. And the Raven first down.
Jackson forced out to his left. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
12 more yards there and another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
Mark Andrews with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he connects with Ebron. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
2-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
48-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
44-yard line.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll look to throw again. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw again. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
3rd and 2.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Ebron caught left side. And he will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Conner. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, now it's stripped. He loses the football.
Lamar Jackson sacked.
This has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Making an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try.
Field goal, a 27-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down. Back to throw here. That is incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And Johnson dinged up a bit. Still down. Hopefully nothing serious. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now back to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you've got to imagine the celebration is already well underway. Smiles on that sideline. Still a little time left, but 16-0 appears to almost be a certainty now.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And they take a knee.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah,
Most
they
times,
thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these